In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Slides to create a multi-page activity that you can upload to Seesaw. So this is a simple math activity. You can see there are 3 slides here. It's just a missing number activity where the students have to fill in the missing numbers. And you can see each slide has different numbers for the students to fill in. So this is what the activity looks like when I'm done with it in Google Slides before uploading it to Seesaw. So let's go ahead and start with a new one so I can show you how you can make one of your own. Here's just a new a new Google slide. So we'll go ahead and label that sample. And then we'll go ahead and go over here and get rid of these boxes. We don't need those. As far as the background goes, you can add a solid color if you want. This time we're going to go ahead and try and add a patterned one. So we'll click on that Choose Image button. We'll go to Google Image Search and I'll type in light purple patterned background and see what pops up. So let's try, I think this is the one I have in the sample. So we'll try that one. And then we'll click Done, and then you can see a pattern background there. Now you can go ahead to insert a title here. You can just insert a text box and then go ahead and type your title here and highlight and change the text that way, the size, the color, the font. You can do it that way. But I'm going to show you another way you can add text to add a font that's a little more fun and engaging. It's this website called Text Giraffe. You may be familiar with it already. I know I referred to it in some other videos too. But what you do, just textgiraffe.com. You type in here the text that you want to change. Click on Go, and then it shows you all these different ways to show that text. So the one I was looking at was on page 3 here. So let's see. It's been acting up a little bit today, so you can see some of them are broken here. This is the one I wanted to use. So then I'll just click on, that's what it looks like. I'll click on Download Logo. And then I usually just do this medium size one. So it looks like that. And then you can go ahead and, sometimes I'll open it in a new window, and then I could just drag and drop, but for now I'll just go ahead and drag it to the desktop here. And then we'll add it back here. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and just resize it a little bit, put it up towards the top a bit. Put that up here in the center. Maybe scoot it up a little bit. And then there's just a little more engaging or catchy little title there. So the next thing I'm going to do is insert a simple table to show the numbers 1 through 10. There we go. Oh, one more. There we go. And then for this, I want to go ahead and make it a little darker, change the formatting a little bit. So we'll change the border to black. We'll also go back and change the lines so that they're a little thicker. We'll change the weight to 4. And we'll also go ahead and fill it in white so we can see that. Now it's not quite big enough, so let's go ahead and resize that. Fill in the space as best we can. Let's go ahead and scoot that over here. Maybe bring that up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and add some numbers. So I'm just going to highlight all of this, center it, so the numbers will be in the middle. I think we can, let's see, I think when I tried it, I think I had 65. We'll see if that works. And then I also chose this font. So then I just went and I added the numbers in the middle of each box here. And then, there we go. Let's see if we can extend that out a little bit more. And we'll scooch that down a little. There we go. So here we have the numbers 1 through 10. And this is kind of going to be the template for the rest of the slides. So I'll go ahead and insert these slides on each page. Let me just scoot that down a little bit there. Line it up a little bit more. So then up here, I'll just go ahead and click on Slide, Duplicate. Duplicate, you could do as many as you want. I'm just going to do 3 for this sample. But then I'm going to remove some of the numbers. So I'll just go ahead and remove a few of the numbers here for this slide. And then on the next one, I'll remove some different numbers. Let's see that. We'll try that. And then on the final one, we'll do different numbers as well. Maybe we'll do 1, we'll do 4, 7, and we'll do 9. So then each page has a different task for the students to do. Now, when we upload the slides to Seesaw, we want to make sure that they are images. So we're going to download each slide. Now, this is the easiest way for now that I have found. You can't download all the slides at once unless you have, it's a Chrome add-on, but I don't think we have access to it in our district. So this is what I've been doing, but if you have an easier way, let me know. But anyway, so you go to File, and then you'll go down Download, and download JPEG, and then you can see that it downloads it right to your downloads here. I'll click on the next slide, and I'll do the same thing. Download, and then I'll do JPEG, and then we'll do it one more time for the last slide. Download JPEG. There we go. So now we're ready to add these slides into Seesaw. So I'm going to go up here to Seesaw, and there are a couple ways you can get to the section where you're going to create an activity. One way is you can click on Activities, then you can go ahead and click on the Browse Activities button. Once this gets loaded here, there we go. So you can click on Browse Activities, and then you would click on My Library. Sorry, it's running a little slow today. And then you would click here to create activity. So that's one way to get to that point. It's a little, there's some shorter, it's a little shorter route if you click on this green add button though instead. So if you click on the green add button and you click on Assign Activity, you can come right here to the activity library. And then you can click on Create Activity from there. So two avenues to get to the same spot. But that's where we want to be. So this is Create New Activity. So I'm just going to call this numbers 1 to 10. And then this is where you'll type in your student instructions. I know I referred to this in some other videos as well, but this resource is super helpful when writing out your instructions for students. We want the students to be able to use these icons when looking at the directions to make it a little easier for them to follow through with the activity. But these are the text shortcuts we type in when we're creating the directions for students. So you want to keep this handy. So I already typed out the directions for us, but you can see these words that are in the colons here, those will all come in the directions once I save it as icons for the students. So these are the directions for the students. Actually, I'm going to take out this one here first because I'm going to show you that step in a minute. So let's go ahead and rearrange these. So those are the directions for them. If you click here, you can do voice instructions. So you click here and record your directions for the students. I'm going to show you this portion in just a minute. But this is where we would go ahead and add the template for the students. So click on that. I'll click on Upload. And then all I have to really do is just drag these one at a time up here. And it shows me all 3 of those JPEGs I saved, and they were right here in my downloads bar. So I'll click on Check. And then you can see here all of the pages, 1, 2, 3. If you wanted to add a page here, you can click on Add a Page here if you wanted to add another activity. Or maybe you decided that you only wanted 2 of these and you wanted to delete one, you could delete it. So those are just some of the options. So this looks good to me. I have 3 pages. This is what I want the students to complete. So I'm going to click on Check here. And then I'm going to click on Save Activity. And then this is what the activity looks like. Now, if I wanted to share that with other teachers, I can click on the 3 dots, and these are all of my sharing options as well. So if you wanted to share that with somebody else. Now, sometimes you'll see activities where the teacher might want the students to watch a video first. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So right now, this activity, when the students click on it, this is what they'll see right away, the 3 slides. They'll complete those and then submit them. But maybe you want them to watch a video first. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to edit this activity. And that's where before I had those 4 steps. So I'm going to add those back here. So instead of these 3 steps, I added this additional step that says click the link to watch the video. And then you can add voice instructions if you want. And then this is where we add the multimedia. So that's where I would add the link to the video that I want them to watch. Now let me go ahead and show you real quickly. This is the video I was going to have them watch. So I already put it into a safe share with a safe share link. So I'm just going to copy that. And then I'll go back here, and then I'm just going to add a link right here. I'll paste it. Oops, hold on one second. I think I didn't copy it. Let me see. Oh, I know what I did. Hold on, let me see if this will reload real quick. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I wanted to copy. I think I pasted. All right, copy. And then we'll go back here, and then this is where I'll paste the actual website. And then we'll click on check. And then this will show the video. So they'll see the video first. So now when I save the activity, you'll see an image of the video with this little link here, and then the activity slides afterward. Now, when I go to assign this to the class, and when they go to the activities tab, this is what they'll see. So they can start the activity right from here, because the first direction is to click on the link. So they can click on this link, and it'll open the video in a new screen, and then they can close out of it when they're done, go back to Seesaw, and then step 2 is to click on the add response like this. Now, if the students click directly on that add response button, they'll come right to the 3 slides for them to complete. But if you teach them to go back, if they've missed the video, they'll just click here, view instructions, and then they can get to the video that way. So that's how that works. So once students are able to fill in the missing numbers on all the slides, let's say they've worked through all 3 slides, when they're done, they'll click check, and then that will be turned into you for a review, and then once you review it, you can hand it back or send it back to students so it's added to their journal. And that's just an intro to creating activities with multiple pages.